Hello guys. How are you? So my name is Peter Kamore. Yeah, and I'll be taking us through content marketing. A topic, content marketing code. So basically I'll be talking about content marketing, though not content marketing as it's out there, because these are word company, and so we have to be the topics have to be around websites and WordPress, and so I'll be talking more about content marketing in terms of a website, because having a website is one thing, and now having content on it is another. A bit about my background. Yeah, I started using WordPress, I think, like 5 years ago. Yeah, I work at a company called Digital Unit. I lead the team, basically a digital marketing agency that deals with mostly web development, social media, and digital PR. Yeah, so feel free to interrupt me at any point with a question that you might have, either within or maybe after the topic, or maybe later on. Then feel free to go to Twitter and post something using the hashtag WordCampNairobi on all platforms that should be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, those three majorly. Yeah, I should start. Yeah, so. Yeah, so as I said, I'll be talking about content marketing, and so it's basically when you're developing a website. It could be a website, a blog. What are the do's and don'ts in terms of coming up with content? Because I think how many are web developers, or rather have come up with a website, preferably from WordPress, either hosted on WordPress or hosted with other hosting? Kindly by a show of hands. Yeah. So one thing you will realize is that sometimes you'll be creating a website, then you come across this very beautiful theme, then either you purchase it or you download it. Then sometimes you realize after downloading it and installing it, you realize it does not look as appealing as how it was on the preview or you downloaded. How many have experienced that? Yeah. I think and basically the main difference is usually the content, because normally what they will do is that before you buy or download the theme, they will show you a very nice theme with very good images, very good content, and even when you're going through the demo, you'll see very good content. But then after downloading it and installing it, you realize just the frame, you don't have much in terms of content, and so you'll be tempted. You'll even be tempted to think that these people they like should change to you. They sold you what you didn't want to buy, or maybe to download. And so the main difference between the two is the content. And so they expect you to come up with similar creative content as theirs, or even much better. Although for most of them, especially for the premium ones, they normally give you the option to download demo content and upload it on the website, and now customize it, which makes now your work much easier. Yeah, I hope I've not lost anyone so far. If I have, kindly let me know. Yeah. Yep, and yeah, so we'll be looking at content marketing, and so this is what we'll cover basically: web content, what are the different areas in your website that you'll need to have content. Then you look at why content, or rather why quality content. Why should you have uh, good content that is not just having images and text and videos on the website. Why is it important to have a good and appealing content to the to internet user? And then you look at the common mistakes that we make, especially when coming up with web content. Then we'll do some a bit of tips on content creation. Then we'll finish. So first and foremost, talking about content, I'll be referring to these four: video content, graphic content. By graphic, it's basically image content. Sorry, I repeated video. It's supposed to be yeah. The second is supposed to be text content and audio. So we'll be looking at these four types of content: text, video, audio, and graphic. In the course of the presentation. So there are different areas in your website that you need content. It could be in product description, assuming you're running maybe an e-commerce website, or maybe any website that where you deal with products. You'll need content for that. It could be product images. It could be product description, and so you'll need that on your website. Then the other one could be FAQs, could be the about us content, the mission, the vision content, and so majorly about the FAQs and the mission and the vision. It's most of the time it's usually text content, but not limited to that. You could still have image content or even video content. Where if maybe you're talking about us, it could be probably an image of maybe your workspace, your colleagues, maybe you at work doing what you do. If it's services, you doing some of the services. Then product reviews and testimonials. This one come in handy, especially if maybe you've done previous jobs for people, and maybe you need for their content to be on your website. You can have that. It could be text content. It could maybe short clips of them saying how awesome your service or product is. Then lastly, second last there is instructional content. This could be probably if maybe you're selling. If it's a software, you could have probably a short video explaining what the software does. A person like Mauko does, famous for M-Pesa plugin, and so you can have a short clip explaining what your service is, especially if it's a new product in the market, especially if most people do not know about your product or service. Then you could have that. It's called most of it is it could be the how-to. Then last but not the least, you could have blog content, especially if you run a blog, or maybe you have a blog section on your website. You could have blog posts, and so we look at all these. If it's product content, about content. Product reviews, instruction videos, or even blog. How can we make our content to be effective? How can we make our content to be appealing to the user? Because most likely, if you're visiting a website, within the first like 3, 4, 5 seconds, you'll know whether to continue using the website or maybe to jump onto the next one on the Google search list. And so the amount of time a person will stay in your website will be very much dependent on how your content looks, in terms of arranging it, in terms of is it appealing, in terms of is it just maybe an image you got on the website and just dumped it there. And so it is very, very, very important to have content on your website that is appealing to the intended user of the website. They say content is king. Well, and some say content is king, and some say distribution is queen. And so, as I said, the type of content that you have is very key in your website. You'll even rather not have the website in the first place than have a website online with shoddy work, with maybe blurry images, maybe text with very many grammatical errors. And so content really matters. Then 77% of people check online content before they could purchase. And so if it's probably if I'm going to a place like Gmail to buy a phone, to look for a phone, how the phone looks there on the display would really matter to me if I'll buy it or not. Especially if maybe it's a new phone, or maybe it's a phone that I've not maybe seen it previously. And so the content that they put there, whether the image of the phone or maybe the description of it, it will really determine whether I'll purchase it or not. And so for them, having shoddy content, whether text or image, would either increase their sales or maybe make people not to buy the product or even the service. And so this still to make us realize the importance of having good and quality content on our websites. Yeah, then why quality content? Having quality content helps boost your visibility. Having quality content, especially if you have very good images, if you have maybe very good content, it helps to improve your visibility, because things like search engines like Google, they usually rank high the website with quality content, because for them they very much discourage poor content, maybe with errors, maybe copied content. They usually very much discourage it, and so they help to optimize the content for those people who have good content, who have content that people will love. Especially you'll realize if maybe you have a very good blog post which has on a certain topic, and maybe it has very many views and maybe a number of comments on it. When a person searches something similar to what your topic is for that blog post, your blog post is likely to appear top, because it's what most people have viewed, and it relates to people. People will be commenting on it or maybe liking it, and so visibility on it and on the general blog post will really be increased. Then quality content positions you as an expert. This goes without saying. If maybe we sell things like laptop, maybe we have a blog section on the website about laptops, and maybe daily we blog about the newest laptop, maybe the new feature about a certain laptop. Maybe this happened in the tech world. Maybe HP did this. With time, our readers trust us that we know more about laptops, and so if they need to buy a laptop, they would likely come to us to buy the laptop, because based on the content that we've been putting there on the blog page, portrays us as experts. And so having content, and not just content, quality content in terms of its relevance to the topic that you're to the topic that you're talking about, it puts you out there as the expert in that particular field. Then content helps you to build relationships, especially with people who blog about maybe about things like fitness, things to do with life, things to do with their personality. It helps build a relationship with their audience, and so daily, especially daily, you grow with your content, with your audience, such that at some point, even if you fail to you fail to put up a post, if maybe you put a post every Friday, then on one particular Friday you fail to, and maybe you have been a bit very consistent, then even a person will be worried, why hasn't he or she posted a post today? Could he be okay? And then so you realize with time you start building relationship with people, such that if it's maybe about fitness, and maybe you have your people who have been following you, next time even if you open a gym and call them, they would likely come because you have worked with them along for some time on fitness, and so they would much likely come and get your services. The good thing with quality content is that if you put your content to be quality and to be consistent, then selling becomes very easy. If you're selling the product after giving content, it becomes very easy. You even reduce your budget on sales, on marketing. Sorry. Yeah. Then. Quality content gives value to your visitors. It helps them add to their knowledge. Of course, that goes without saying. Then, sorry, I repeated that. Then quality content gets shared oftenly. If you come across a post that is very good, that relates with you, or maybe a very good image of maybe wild animals, or maybe just a quality image on maybe on a blog post, you will much likely to share it, especially maybe to a person that you feel would love this content, and so that will much likely happen if the content is good, because rarely will I share content with a person that is rarely will I share content with a person that is where the content is shoddy, or maybe the content is duplicated, or maybe it's full of errors, or maybe it's not what I would consider to be good. And so quality content gets your reaches more people, because people easily share it, and so your word will go even to more people. You just posting it on your blog, you'll find it maybe on some blog somewhere, or maybe some Facebook page, or maybe some social media place that never even posted. Yeah, and so that's pretty much about quality content. There are very many advantages of having good content, or maybe there are very many good things that come with having quality content on your blog page, on your blog post, on your website, and even not just on a website, and even just anywhere. If you put up quality stuff, then people really appreciate. Then we'll look at some of the mistakes that we make when coming up with content. And so some of the mistakes that we do, as some of them are mentioned, is content duplication, where maybe you're coming up with a website, and maybe you realize that you don't you need content for about us, the about us page on your website, and maybe you deal with you're a company that maybe offers services, maybe you're a travel agency. Then you realize there's a website I know, and they have very good images. Then I can just go and maybe take their content, then maybe bring to my website, and maybe change a few things here and there. But then you realize at the end of the day, you never came up with your content, and so most of the time, search engines are able to track that, especially Google. It's able to track that, and they can penalize you. The easiest way to penalize is to make sure that your visibility is as low as possible. On a person such as you, it will be very hard for them to find your page unless they type your exact URL, how it appears. If it's www.blogpost.com, then they'll have to type that for it to appear number one on the search results. And so and so and so that's a call to us to always strive to come up with our own content and to be very original in it. Then the second mistake that sometimes we make is grammatical mistakes. Those some of them, of course, they are very much unintentional. But then it is very important to proofread. If you come up with a blog post, maybe you come up with maybe like 2 or 3 blog posts in a week. It's very important to always do proofreading for your content. If you're not sure about your proofreading, you can give it to someone else to help you proofread, to help you probably maybe identify maybe a few grammatical errors, or maybe text that is not arranged well, or maybe things like capital letters where they're supposed to be, maybe quoting a person maybe in the wrong way. You're supposed maybe to use some certain way of quoting them, and so it's very important to avoid such, especially for things like blog posts. There are even softwares that one can use to check things like spelling mistakes. It's called Grammarly. Yeah, you can use that and other software that are there. Some of them are free, some of them are premium. Yeah, you can make good use of them to ensure that your text content does not have that. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot on content duplication. There's also the issue of images, of sometimes images and videos. Sometimes you'll feel maybe you have come up with a website. Maybe you need, maybe you sell shoes, and maybe you have not, you don't have images for your shoes, and so just to go somewhere, you just take an image, save it on your laptop, then upload it on your website. And sometimes we do it without even thinking whether maybe that image is copyrighted. And so sometimes it's very important to check if is an image copyrighted, and if it is, it's always very important to write your source of the image, whether image or maybe you're quoting a person. It's always very important to quote them, to name your source. If it's maybe a survey, if it's maybe a survey, maybe 60% of people somewhere do this or do that. You can indicate where you got that statistic from, just at the bottom or maybe somewhere on your on the page. Then the third one is low quality of visual content. Yeah, this is where you sometimes just post images where which are not very quality. And so there's a thin line between you having your original content and also that content being quality, because sometimes the reason we will find ourselves posting content, especially graphic content from other websites, is because probably we will think I don't have a good camera to take the photos, and so I'll just take them from a certain website and just post it on mine. But then sometimes it's a matter of sacrifice. You can even get a person a photographer to come and do photography for all your products that maybe can run for like a month or so. If maybe you're doing it for maybe for social media. Yeah. So on websites, kindly ensure that you have quality content, whether video, whether images. Ensure that your content is up to standard, and also ensure that that also is not very high quality standard, very high quality, because it will then slow down your website. So most websites, especially if you're a developer, most times if you're uploading an image, they normally give you the recommended size. It could be width, it could be the length, yeah, maybe it could be the size also. yeah, those sometimes there's a way you can adjust that, but also it's very good to ensure that your content, your content, especially videos and images, their quality, and also they're within the set boundaries, not low quality, not very high quality, to slow down your website. Then the last one is having content without a flow. Sometimes you'll find maybe the content on your homepage, it's very catchy, it's very good, but then when coming to the other pages, you find there's some bit of disconnection. Maybe when you're writing, maybe the first page, you're very enthusiastic about it. You're on fire about maybe your new startup, maybe your new business. Then coming to other maybe to other pages, maybe you're in your low moments, and maybe you just posted content that is okay content, but it's not as good as the first one. And so it's very good to maintain a flow, especially given the tone of your website, because each website should have a tone. I don't know how to go different that, but yeah. And so try as always as possible to maintain the tone within your website. If maybe it's a happy tone, or maybe you're having a kids, maybe it's a kids website, maybe it's a website for kindergarten. Maybe that's the tone for kids. Maybe a bit of colors everywhere. Make sure that is across all the pages of the website. Yep. I'm not sure whether I've left something in mistakes. Yeah. These are just some of the mistakes that we make. There are very many others on mistakes that we make on content, but also it's just ensure you do this and the others. There are different softwares and programs that you can use to come up with content, both text content, both and even video content, image content. For image content, you can use things like Canvas. You can use things like Photoshop to edit some of the especially graphic content. Yeah, to ensure that at least you have good content on your website. Yeah, then we'll now look at content creation tips. What are some of the tips that you can borrow when coming up with content for websites? Just a few of them. Create content that adds value to your product and your brand. If maybe you have a website, if you have maybe you blog about you have a product, an e-commerce website for beauty products. You can have a blog section of things to do with beauty. You can blog about beauty, about hair, about generally about beauty, and you come up with content that adds value to your customers and also adds value to your brand, such that you'll blog about beauty, then a person will one day now come to buy products from you because while building your while adding value to your customers, while making them knowledgeable about beauty, you're still tagging along your brand. But also, as that said, ensure that you don't sell when coming up with the blog content, because a person will just know if you're blogging about a certain topic, then you try to squeeze in some aspect of selling your product in between. A person will still know, and they'll just know that you're tricking them to reading the blog, so that somewhere in between you can sell to them the product. It works sometimes, but sometimes it might not work. And so the best thing is, if you're selling, if it's on the product list, have it there. Then, but if it's on the blog section, kindly ensure that that it's strictly giving knowledge to, well, providing knowledge to the readers. Yep. The other one is update your content regularly. Kindly don't have stale content on your website. Try as much as possible to always update your content. Not just the blog page. The blog page. It includes even maybe about maybe a normal pages that you have content. It could be video content, could be text content. Ensure that once in a while you change things, especially if it's probably you had images of your office and maybe you moved to another office. Kindly ensure that you have that maybe you replace the former images with now the new images. Sometimes you'll find a page like the contact us page. Maybe location had shown that maybe this building, and maybe 1 year, 2 years down the line you moved somewhere else, and maybe you forgot to even change the location, or maybe use a certain number that was yours, that was your personal number. Then later on you got another number that is not the office number, and maybe you forget to indicate that. Then with time, your users might get lost. If maybe they are finding your location, maybe they want to contact you, they may not very much reach you if maybe you never changed basic things like a phone number. Yeah, and also things like blog post. It goes without saying, it's very important to keep updating your blog regularly. If you post maybe once a week, at least try by the end of the week, at least you have a post. You have a post up. Yeah, and of course the ideal is ensuring that you send a post at if it's on Monday at 2 p.m. you ensure that every Monday at 2 p.m. you post an article. And the good thing about something like WordPress is that you can even schedule content, especially for blogs. Yeah, you can even come up if maybe you do one article every week, you can come up with 4 articles at the beginning of the month. Then you schedule the 4 articles to post themselves maybe every Monday, every Monday at 2 p.m. You can easily do that with WordPress. Then the other tip is creating content with a conversational tone, because we are not robots, and so sometimes we post content as if without having the readers in consideration, because sometimes we fail to put ourselves in the readers from the reader's point of view. And so it's very important to when writing, especially a blog post, ensure that at one point you take the role of the reader. How will you take what could be your take in terms of the blog post? Would you even respond to it? Yeah, you can even have things like emojis on it, especially if it's not a very formal article. You could have you can have those small elements that show that you're actually speaking to a person. Assume that you are having a conversation with a normal, not a normal person, with a person maybe over coffee, such that when you're writing a blog post, and assume that maybe you're talking to this person, then with that they can easily relate and probably be interested to read the next article that you come up with. Then comply with SEO practices. Yeah, this is not a must, but it's very important, especially if you want to improve SEO on your website. Of course, there are those keywords that you'll want that would relate to your field. If maybe you sell shoes, maybe around Kajiado, then you could have that around your content. It could be especially on tags. There's something called tags. There's something like meta description. You can try to incorporate those, especially on your post, or even on your website, on your website. And so that helps to make your SEO better. Yeah, for just to clarify, SEO means search engine optimization. It is what matters. It is what helps you to be visible, especially on search engines. If a person searches something around what you do. Yep. Yeah. I think this brings me to the end of my presentation about content marketing. But I know the number of things that I probably have left out, and so the whole thing, the whole thing about content is at least make sure maybe the 3 takeaways that you could take away from my talk would be originality in content, everything. Just try to be original. 2, give quality content. Then 3 is always update your content regularly. At least try to review your content. Even if it's just your website, try to always look at it. What it's you could maybe even find you have an error on your page, maybe a 4, maybe a 504 error, or even 503 error on your website. And so that is pretty much what I had prepared.